I got a phone call saying that they found Sarah's car up on the bridge, but they can't find Sarah.
This is a 19-year-old girl, and she was gone.
You don't want to believe that the person sitting next to you is a sociopath.
This defendant murdered her and set into action a course of events that assured her body would never be found.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's no body.
We didn't have a body because they hid it.
I can't emphasize enough how difficult it is to prove the murder when you cannot produce a body.
In America, the course of justice can be made or broken by the smallest detail. These are the cases that define American justice.
(911), where is the emergency?
Actually, on the Belmar Bridge, there's a car that's abandoned.
And was there anybody inside the vehicle?
I looked, no.
I was on another one of our highways, and we got the call, and I headed towards that area along with other officers. We arrived on the Route 35 bridge, and we discovered a abandoned vehicle. I walked up to the vehicle, realized that there was nobody inside. Nothing was odd about the vehicle. It was cool to the touch. There was no evidence of a struggle. There was nothing over the side of the bridge. There was really nothing at all in that area besides the vehicle. We ran the license plate to the vehicle through our dispatcher, and it came back to a Lillian Stern out of Neptune City.
But Lillian Stern is 96 years old and unlikely to be the driver. When the dispatch speaks to a member of her family, they learn that Lillian loaned the car to her granddaughter, 19-year-old Sarah Stern.
We did get a phone number for her. Her voicemail box is not set up. We are trying to find a better location of where she may be at.
Investigators learned that Sarah Stern grew up in Neptune City, New Jersey, in a middle-class family with her dad, Michael, and her mom, Carla.
She liked to get out. She liked to do things. She played varsity softball. She worked at the local pizzeria. She worked at the ice cream shop. And she was just involved in a lot of different activities.
But her real passion is art. Living at home since graduation, Sarah wonders about her next steps. But her dad isn't worried.
She had a whimsical side that she just flourished. And she was interested in people. She would question them and try to learn from them.
When Sarah goes missing, and her father's on vacation 1,100 miles away, he jumps into action.
At 3 o'clock in Saturday morning, a phone call on my phone, and I answered it. The call was from the police department, and they said they found the car up on the bridge, but they can't find Sarah. Within 10 minutes, I started driving back to New Jersey.
While Michael races back to his home in Neptune City,
Neptune City Police!
Officers arrive at his house to perform a welfare check on Sarah.
Hello? The police department, hello? Anybody home?
Sarah's faithful dog, Buddy, is secure in his crate, a clear sign that no one's home.
Retreat. Now stick it through the cage. There you go. I know, you don't take food from strangers, but... Well, I guess Neptune's going to have to figure out what their mindset of this kid is. I'm sure one of the neighbors. These guys are all real tight with the neighbors.
Investigators learn from Sarah's father that she might be out with one of her best friends, Liam McAtasney.
Is Liam home?
He's around the corner.
Longtime pals and neighbors since first grade, the two are part of a larger clique that hang out together.
Liam and Sarah and the group, they used to come over, swim in the pool. They'd hang out at the pizzeria, and they would goof around and, laugh.
We're looking for a friend of his that's possibly a missing person, and she supposedly hangs out with him. Sarah Stern, does he hang out with her?
Yes, Sarah's a very good family.
They don't know if she jumped, if she ran away, if there was an emergency and she abandoned her car for some reason.
You, Liam? Can I come in and talk to you real quick?
Yeah, no problem, officer.
All they knew is that she was nowhere to be found.
Is Sarah here by chance?
No.
When was the last time you talked to her?
I was with her today.
What time?
Before I went to work.
Turn some light on if you don't mind. And you went to work at what time?
4:30.
What was her mindset last time you talked to her?
I just know she's been trying to get away. She's been telling me she's going to Canada.
If you can maybe reach out to some friends, maybe hit our message on social media.
I definitely will.
Start reaching out to somebody, see if anybody's talked to her, or...
Yeah.
Let us know if you hear anything, please.
By 7 a.m., authorities conduct a land and water search looking for Sarah. Still on his 1,000-mile drive home, Michael tries to get as many answers as possible.
I got updates from the Coast Guard. They were doing helicopter searches. There was boats in the water. The dive team was out there, but no sign of Sarah.
In Neptune City, detectives meet up at the McAtasney house with Liam and a few of Sarah's other friends, including her junior prom date, Preston Taylor, to see if they have any idea where she could be.
We just got to make sure that Sarah's all right. And if you've got any other information, you got to throw it out at us so we can go a little further, you know? We're kind of throwing darts at the wall right now, quite honestly. Both of us are putting our heads together, throwing darts at the wall, trying to figure out what's what. If you come up with anything else, Mom's got detective's number. You got to call us.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they have no helpful information. And in a town like Neptune City, where the population hovers just above 5,000 people, news travels fast.
Neptune City is kind of like most Jersey Shore towns. It's about 9 square miles. It seems like every time you talk to somebody, they know like 9 other people you know.
Not even 24 hours after Sarah's disappearance, everyone in town seems to be talking about the developing tragedy.
I was shocked and horrified. And then I started hearing stories about, all these theories about what had happened, how she might possibly have run away. And I remember saying right off the bat, no way. She wouldn't do it to her father.
When she was in grade school, whenever I could get there to pick her up, she'd just run up to me and jump into my arms, and I'd swing her around, try not to knock over any of the other kids.
Sarah, her mom, and her dad, I always felt like they had the exact same sense of humor. If I'd see them in the hall after school, one of them would say something, and then they would crack up and laugh at it. I just felt like I really had a special connection with Sarah and her parents. I honestly loved them, the 3 of them, and I loved watching them interact. They were always laughing and so happy.
Sadly, 3 years earlier, Sarah's mom, Carla, passed away from cancer.
Sarah was close to her mom, and that was a tough thing for her to go through, losing her mom. And there was a lot of sadness, but she threw herself into the arts, and there she flourished, and she produced some nice artwork.
In the past year, Sarah had been talking about moving to Toronto to pursue an artistic career. She'd been there before at a social media convention and was intrigued about the idea of moving to a bigger city and a bigger life.
We talked about if she was going to go up there to enroll in a school up there, if she wanted to. But it wasn't an imminent thing where she was just going to pack up and leave.
But what if it was? What if Sarah Stern did decide, for some reason, to run off to Canada in the middle of the night? Within 24 hours of Sarah's disappearance, investigators from the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office take the lead on the case to try to piece together Sarah's activities on the day she was last seen.
We started to do search warrants for her phones. We ran credit checks. Sometimes you can tell where a person is, and nothing was active. She was missing, and we didn't know the circumstances of it. So at that point, we did say that, there was a possibility she was murdered.
2 days after Sarah's disappearance, investigators get a crucial tip. Sarah had gone to her bank only hours before she vanished. Her friend Liam drove her there, but Sarah accessed her safe deposit box alone.
And upon opening it up, we located approximately $25,250 in cash inside the box.
That safety deposit box, with all of the stuff that was in it, became a huge piece of evidence later on.